Hi guys, welcome back to another video of Keeping Up with Shiloh and our daily devotions. So today we're going to look at 1 Peter chapter 2 verses 11 to 12, right? And it says, "Beloved, I beg you as sojourners and pilgrims, abstain from fleshly lusts which war against the soul, having your conduct honorable among the Gentiles, that when they speak against you as evildoers, they may be your good work which they observe. Glorify God in the day of visitation." Right, as the title says today, the shepherd and the wolf. Right, so a shepherd watches over sheep, we know that, because he knows that there are wolves nearby, and sometimes danger isn't always loud. Sometimes it waits quietly, patiently, looking for a weak moment to attack. And that's the picture that Peter gives us in his passage. So the wolf isn't just people around us, it's also the sinful desires that war inside us, that war against the soul. Right, so temptation doesn't come to play games. It comes to consume, to distract, to corrupt, and pull believers away from the shepherd. Right, but then Peter reminds believers that they are strangers and pilgrims. So this world is not our home. Right, we cannot live like the world owns us. A sheep separated from the shepherd becomes easy prey. Right, and spiritually, that's the same thing that happens when we drift from God. Prayer becomes weak, conviction becomes quieter, right? Compromise becomes easier. So the wolf wants your attention. He wants your purity, your identity, and eventually your soul. But the shepherd wants your protection, your growth, and your holiness. So Peter doesn't say to avoid sin. He doesn't just say to avoid sin. He says to live honorably, right? Why? Because we have other people looking in. People are watching us. So even those who criticize Christians should eventually see something different in the way that we live. And sometimes the loudest sermon isn't preached from the stage. We need to remember that. It's seen in a life that stays faithful even in this very, very dark world. Right? So the question is, am I or are we staying close enough to the shepherd to recognize when the wolf comes near? Right? So the wolf comes to destroy while the shepherd is trying to grow. So stay near to the shepherd, because his voice is safer than the wolf's invitation, and we need to remember that. That's the middle message I have for you guys today, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Please go on. Bye.